Ooh, get in there, my son. What's going on, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky little news video for you. Manchester United goings on, the latest evening's news at Manchester United, and with a bit of reaction and fallout, of course, after the Norwich versus Manchester United game, which finished 1-0 to the mighty Red Devils. Come on! That's right, we smashed them up 1-0. How are you doing tonight, guys? Thank you very much for joining us, by the way. Hope you're all doing well. Kay Slater, what a legend. Hope you're doing well. Aaron Homeyard, another legend. Joshua Whitfield, too. And Aaron Finley, the special one. Wiggy. Everyone, thank you so much for getting in here for this stream tonight. We've got to just go through the latest United news, the latest goings on, all the latest transfer news as well. So we're going to get into it in this evening show. But hope you're all keeping well. Thank you for joining us. Please do me a big favour at the start of this stream and smash that like button on this video. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up. That'll help us boost up there. Also, give it a share around on Twitter or social media, wherever, if you're that way inclined. That would also be much appreciated. Get in there. Hello there, Devils United and Hyphenarium. Finley McCrossan with a 9-month member comment. Get in there, my son. Let's get a cheeky little soul in there for Finley. Thank you, Finley. He's been a member for 9 months. He says, sorry, I've been absent recently. I'm back. Hell yeah. Let's get some hell yeahs in there for Finley. Hey, don't worry about that, my man. You've been around, but hey, you know, people got their busy lives and stuff. I know that, Finley. Finley, thank you so much for the comment there, man. What an absolute star. Get your favourite emoji in there for Finley. Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. So this video, we're going to get into all the latest United news. So we're going to get into it. We're going to cover the latest goings on. Do us a favour at the start of it. As I say, hit the like. And also strap yourselves in. We've got a few things to get into. So, of course, United beat Norwich 1-0. Ragnick, yeah, you know, he'll be very happy with that, getting the result. It wasn't exactly the best performance. We can say that all day long. It was shite. In fact, David De Gea coming to our rescue many times. If not for him, we would have probably got mugged by Norwich in this particular game. So, yeah, we're very lucky that we've got a great goalkeeper in great form, because that performance was nothing short of absolutely diabolical as a team performance, really. You know, Norwich are 20th in the table for a very good reason. It's because they're shite. But United made them look pretty good. I know they've been better under the new manager, and to be fair, they were organised. They did well today. They played well. Maybe they played beyond themselves. But even so, the quality that United have, we should be just swiping aside teams like Norwich City, even though Ralphie's just come in, I think. But there you go. I mean, it's a work in progress, obviously. It's not going to all happen overnight. Some comments he said after the game, he says, I haven't seen that many teams play against the top teams like Norwich did, so they didn't play like a bottom team. Maybe it's them not playing like a bottom team, but also maybe it's us equally not playing like a top team. I'm just going to say that, put that out there. Ragnick said, in the end, we need to be able to compete on that kind of level and be physically ready. There's still room for improvement in this area. Lots of room for improvement, you know. I mean, you know, it's his second league game. It's his first away game. We've got the result. It's a win. It's a positive. You can't really moan about it. He said it was an away game. He says it was a physically intense game. I already told Dean I thought they played very well. They played like we did against Crystal Palace. So, yeah, he thought that they did well. He said some of our players are technical players. Today, there was not so much pace for technical solutions. And then you need to be physically brave and compete on that kind of level, he said. So this is afterwards, you know, he knows that it wasn't a good performance. He knows that Manchester United can do a lot better than that. He will set us up in a different style, a different system, maybe different players, hopefully, in the next game, and try and right the wrongs of this particular performance. Because it was a bad game, whichever way you look at it. It was a win. Who cares? But we didn't set up very well. I think he's got to look at that midfield and maybe make a couple of changes there or make a change there. You know, then again, I mean, we've got some stats from Scott McTominay that have come in, right, which actually make for good reading. Scott McTominay's game by numbers versus Norwich City. 88. What rating would you give Scott, by the way? I think I gave him like a 5 or something during the thing. I mean, it's pretty bang average if you ask me. I mean, I was watching the game, you know, I was watching it pretty closely. I don't think it was that good, but these are his stats. 88% pass accuracy, 65 total touches, 7 ball recoveries, 3 attempted tackles, 3 successful tackles, 2 chances created, 1 interception. So, you know, by stats, he's done okay, but by the eye, he was bang bloody average. I mean, he was decent, right? He was decent. He definitely was okay. He wasn't exactly a major problem, but I'm just looking at recent form thinking, wow, we need to have better in that midfield. I mean, Fred and McTominay are not up to it as a pair. Maybe individually, like sometimes here and there used, but that is the big area for us that is the problem. So, you know, I'm not going to rag on Scott McTominay. I just personally think that, you know, those stats tell a different story. I thought he was kind of average. I'm going to be honest. I thought the team overall was bang bloody average. You know, Ronaldo, Bruno, just most of the big players you expect to have a decent performance didn't really play. So, yeah, but Ragnick will be absolutely over the moon about getting the win there. Of course he will. Just to give you a big update, actually, I want to give you an update on Victor Lindelof, everyone. Let's get some massive amounts of love hearts in there for Ragnick, by the way. Because, sorry, not Ragnick, for Lindelof. Well, for Ragnick too. But for Lindelof, because Lindelof, of course, had to go off the game with some chest issues. This is what Ragnick said after the game. He says he can't even remember himself how it happened. I think he had a collision with another player and he had problems breathing for 10 minutes. Club doctor has done a check and Ragnick says everything seems okay. So, you know, maybe it's just, it seems like it's just from, of course, a collision rather than anything to do with any cardiac problems or heart issues. Let's hope that's the case. Obviously, they will do tests. I'm sure they have done tests. It says he was fully checked out by the medical staff and Ragnick says the signs are looking positive so far. He was replaced on the 74 minutes, obviously, because he was unable to catch his breath. He says he supposedly had a collision when another player couldn't breathe. He had problems to breathe and his heart rate was higher than normal, so we had to replace him. We've had him checked and had the examinations done by the doctor, and so far everything seems to be okay, but he still seems a little bit shocked. Hopefully he will be fit to play the game on Tuesday against Brentford. Fair play to him. Ragnick is getting right in there. Possible heart attack? Hopefully he's okay to play against Brentford. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just joking. Hopefully it's not a heart attack. Hopefully he just got a knock in the chest and it's just winded him or, you know, I don't know. He's got a bruised lung or something. Let's hope it's nothing that major. So yes, love hearts in there for Lindelof. Thank you everyone getting in here. Kieran Kennedy, thank you so much. Yeah, he says Ragnick only has 6 months left. Well, he's going into a consultancy role after that for a couple of years and he may well advise the club to give him another year as interim boss. Man United fan getting in here says McKenna out. Fair play to you, lad. Oh, a few of you giving some Scotty some 6s and 7s there. Fair enough. I thought McTominay was okay, but I wouldn't really say that he'd set the world alight. That's just my opinion. You know, I think some of the best performers on the team, obviously David De Gea was unbelievable. Diogo Dalot was pretty decent. You see, I'm struggling now. I'm struggling now, really, peeps. I'm struggling now. It wasn't the best of games, was it? One to forget about. Let's put that shite behind us anyway and move on to the next one. It was a win. We did keep pace with all the teams above us, which is what we needed to do. And so, you know, we've got a lot of room for improvement here. We need to get better. Ragnick's going to take time to improve this team. And once he does get us playing, you know, his type of system to a decent standard, I'm sure we will be a decent outfit. So it's just a matter of waiting for all that to come into place. It wasn't expected that he'd come in and change so much so soon. I must admit the Crystal Palace game took me by surprise because it looked like he changed a lot. We were so high up, so intense high press. But today the players, maybe they just didn't seem fit enough for it, really. You know, I don't know what it is, but it didn't really seem like they had the energy towards the end of the game to really do that much. But anyway, so Cristiano Ronaldo after the game, giving his tweet, he tweeted out and he said, "One more step in the right direction. We know what we want, and we have to do in order to get it. It's up to us. Well done, lads. Let's go. Devils, get in there, my son. So, obviously, he didn't have the greatest of games, did he? We'll talk about the big man now, the GOAT. He didn't have the greatest of games. He kind of was off it a little bit in terms of his touch, in terms of his, I don't know, that dead-eye finishing that he has when he's just got a chance and he takes it. He sort of was second-guessing himself a little bit tonight, which you don't usually see. It wasn't a stellar performance by him, but in the big moment, when we got a penalty, by the way, he won the penalty. I mean, he didn't really win it. Aaron's just decided to RKO him out of nowhere and gave away the pen, but Ronaldo got the pen. He's taken the pen. He's banged it away. It was just, classic Ronaldo, really, just won us that game. So, brilliant stuff. He's the GOAT, and there you go. He is right. It is another step in the right direction. It could have been a very bad result if we'd have conceded one of those goals, like De Gea, stopped so many. But if we conceded one of those few good chances that they had, obviously we wouldn't be saying this right now. But we didn't. So it is a step in the right direction. We have kept pace and it's pretty decent. So get in there, Cristiano Ronaldo. So Hey, we've got a super chat I can see here. It is Zayn Miyasi. Zayn Miyasi getting in here with an $8.99 super sticker. How you going there, Zayn? Yeah. Hope you're all right tonight, mate. What's cracking? How you doing? Pal? Come on, let's get a super chat emoji in there for Zayn Miyasi. He must be sick of the sight of that now, by the way. You know, it's so funny because he's only been here for 2 minutes. He's already bagged a couple of goals against Arsenal again, you know, the GOAT Ronaldo. And he's actually doing pretty well in terms of stats now. You know, he's not been here long. They're very respectable stats, what he's doing in the Premier League. He is pretty incredible. I mean, he's still running towards the late end of the game there. You know, he's 36 and he's still banging those goals in the most competitive league in the world. Go and stick that up your fucking jumper there, Lionel Messi, in your Farmers League, pal. Yeah, Daniel Malinkov says Zayn Miyasi is everywhere. He's like the wind. Rushmano says Glazers are wary of any change. Definitely, yeah. Oh, the Glazers don't like change. No, they just want to keep this. It's kind of like a farmer. They just want to keep this cash cow. They want to keep this cow nice and milky. You know, in the milking house with the tubes on the teats, milking non-stop, 24/7. They don't want new changes. No. So I agree. I agree. Oh, fair play, Zayn Miyasi. He says cigars and strippers tonight to celebrate the 3-0. Hey, fair play to Zayn Miyasi. You know how to live, sir. You know how to live, mate. Well, we got a 1-0 against Norwich when you're sending the car, Zayn. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're sending the car. Pig and Zayn go out on a night out, paint the town red. United red, that is. Anyway, right. Okay, right. Let's get back into the United news, guys. Yeah, if you're just getting in, hit the thumbs up, guys. Smash the subscribe if you're new. Get involved in the live chat. We want to hear from you. Reaction to the game, thoughts on anything we're discussing in the video. Get yourselves involved in there. Right, I want to talk about this story. A couple of stories that are on online in regards to transfer news for Manchester United. We're just going to talk about some of the latest transfer stuff, because there are players obviously linked away pretty soon. In January, we're expecting that at least 2 players are going to leave. These players could potentially be Tony Martial. Tony Martial is very much realistic to go. His agents come out and said he wants to leave. He's not happy with the lack of football at Manchester United. And in January, he wants to go. So that is a strong possibility. United are looking to raise capital. We're trying to get players off our wages as well in order to free up that money so we can actually get a really good player in, somebody that can be consistent, somebody that maybe would perform to a lot better standard, and probably in the CDM role. You know, we are lacking in that midfield area, so it'd make a lot of sense to sell Tony Martial, cash in. You might be able to generate the 40 to 50 million. But I want to talk about this article that's on MEN here tonight, and it's just Barcelona eyes 70 million Marcus Rashford move and other transfer rumours. So, you know, this is, of course, the rumour mill is just going to be producing so many different stories now, because Barcelona, I understood they need to sell players in order to, to strengthen other areas of the team. But also, they've got a bunch of players that, you know, are high value, people like De Jong, maybe players that United would be interested in that might benefit us in a certain key area. And so there's all these links of possible swaps or possible buys. We buy this player and you buy this player. Possible swap deals here that could be done with Barcelona, because they need a forward player. They need strikers. Memphis Depay, is injured. So they've got a latest injury blow to Memphis Depay. The Dutchman was forced off in their Champions League defeat to Bayern with a hamstring injury. And Man United attacker has been linked with a move to La Liga. So there's a new Marcus Rashford link, apparently. I mean, I don't think that's very realistic, because I think Marcus Rashford is sort of Manchester United through and through. He's born and bred, you know, so I don't really think that he's going to go anywhere. And also, we love him, don't we? I mean, even though Rashford's been actually pretty bang averagely bad the last few games, we still love Marcus Rashford. I mean, I love Marcus Rashford. I think he's just a great ambassador of the team and the game. And just like, you know, I think I'm proud to have him as a player. And also, he's got a lot more to come. I think he's got a lot more to come. Now, we could be wrong about that. Maybe, you know, it's just another Tony Martial. Maybe it's another Tony Martial situation. He never quite reaches that level. But he's still a little bit younger. I think, if anything, he's shown more glimpses at times that he can be a more consistent performer at a top level. And so, for that reason, I don't want to see I don't want to see Rashford going anywhere. And I don't think it's that realistic, because, you know, because Manchester United love him. And I really don't think that it makes much sense to get rid of a player like this. And he's a homegrown player. He's still young. He's still getting better. The best years are definitely ahead of him. Like, if you just stick with him and we allow for him, this time after he's come back from injury, and understand that he's probably not expected to hit those levels right away, especially with a new system and when the team around him, like today, wasn't performing either. Maybe it's not the easiest thing to do. So let's give him a little bit of a break. I know it's easy to criticise him with his recent drop-off in performance. And I think he should be dropped for the next game, by the way. I definitely think Greenwood should be coming in to start. But I think we should just understand that he's pretty freaking decent. He's a pretty good player, and he's got a lot more to come in the future. He needs to step up though, mate. He needs to step up now. Too many gash performances. I mean, I want to be calling him Marcus Flashford. I don't want to be calling him Marcus Gashford. You know what I mean? So I want to be calling him Marcus Mashford, because he's going to mash up the opposition, not Marcus Trashford, because he's playing like trash. He needs to improve. But also, he's just come back from injury, surgery, and all these things. Hopefully, we'll see a next step up in the levels of Marky Rashford. Rashford looks very disinterested, says Jaden Peter Caramales. Well, maybe. I mean, I saw him running a lot towards the end of the game there. He's one of the only attacking threats that they actually had in the last 5-10 minutes of the game. He was getting down that way and creating a couple of not really chances, but I'm not so sure if it's about him being disinterested. I think it's just about him not actually being able to perform right now. Maybe they just got a bit of a weird funk over them at the moment. There is change, this new manager, the hangover from the previous manager. Even players like Bruno Fernandes just don't look to the same standard that they were last season. There's loads of players like that. Maguire was, pretty okay last season, but he's been poor this season. I think this season's just been a massive struggle. For whatever reason, the previous regime, whatever it may be, the pressures of Manchester United, whatever it may be, these players not being up to the standard and just being a bunch of overpaid prima donna meltbags, whatever it may be. There's definitely lots of reasons behind it. But anyway, Rashford, of course, didn't have a great game. That's also going to be a possibility for, people talking about links away to other clubs, because there would be a lot of clubs interested in him, and he's not playing that well. But I would definitely keep Marcus Rashford if I'm Ragnick at this moment in time. Even if a good offer came in, I'd definitely keep Rashford. He's a good one for the future, and he's got the ability to do it now. He just needs to find his rhythm again. Once he does that, I think he'll be fantastic for us. So he's still young. Was he 24 now? He's not. He needs to step up. Needs to step up. Guys, let's have a little vote in the live chat. I'll just ask you, just put one word in there. Keep or sell Marcus Rashford. Keep or sell. Keep or sell Marcus Rashford. I feel strange even talking about this right now, but this is a couple of articles going around, that there's various clubs interested in him, as I'm sure there would be, because he's a good player. Yeah, Solskjaer says keep. Playmaker says keep. Jaden Peter says keep. Madhouse. Katie Coveney says keep. Steve Hall says keep. Hussein Najid says keep. Joshua Whitfield says sell. Okay then, Josh, so why do you think sell him? You just think he's not good enough for the standard and we should probably get somebody else in? We've got a surplus of players in those positions. But he's not the worst one, is he? I think Tony Martial is a worse performer overall than Rashford. Rashford's been poor these last few games, but look at the last couple of seasons. I think it's fair to say Rashford has had more of a positive effect more of the time than Tony Martial. So for that reason, out of all the players that we've either got really good young players who you don't sell because obviously we're trying to develop them and they're getting better and better, and in the future they're going to be ballers. People like Greenwood, people like Ahmad Diallo. You don't want to sell any of these guys. You've got Rashford, who's younger as well than Tony. Tony's the one. Tony's the one that sticks out to me as the guy you cash in on. You sell him, you generate the cash, you buy a central midfielder. He's the one. Everybody else, you leave alone up there at this moment in time, in my opinion. I mean, Cavani, there's talk about him going to somewhere else as well. He's not played again today. He's had a tendon problem. Fuck me, what's the matter with this tendon? Has it fucking snapped? Do you know what I mean? Did it snap? Is that the tendon problem? Because, crikey, can't get 5 minutes, this guy on the pitch. So I'm a little bit, weirded out by the Cavani situation because he's such a baller and such a great player. But there are links to a lot of teams with Cavani because he's available cheaply. If Manchester United were not going to go in the Cavani direction, then surely there'd be some teams in Italy. I think Barca are also supposed to be interested just because he's older, so he can't ask for a lot of money. Manchester United would literally have to sell him for like 5 to 8 million or something, if that. In fact, I'm not even sure when his contract runs out if he'd be able to agree pre-contract terms and then go in the summer? Or when does his contract run out? Is it the summer of 2021 or is it longer than that? Either way, Cavani is possible. You know, he's not playing right now. He's not getting game time. We've got Ronaldo up there. I personally think Cavani and Ronaldo could do bits, but there's question marks about that one too. So he's the only other player that I can see leaving really between like either in the January window or in the summer transfer window. I think Ronaldo's obviously going to see out his contract. That's what I think. You don't know this because listen to this. So there's an article here. Cristiano Ronaldo linked with shock return to Real Madrid if you know, it doesn't work out with him at Manchester United this season. So let's say Ragnick comes in and he doesn't get United playing great football again, and we finish bloody 5th or something terrible like that. And he's playing this gegenpress system, which Ronaldo's maybe struggling to find his feet. And it sort of depends on how Ronaldo does. I personally think he's good enough and quality enough to work in whatever system you give him. He's physically fit enough as well, too. Maybe he's not the best at it, but I think he can do a job for you in a gegenpress system, you know. And if you've got somebody alongside him who's also brilliant at that, i.e. Cavani, that could be great. So, but if he doesn't, then, you know, who knows what would be the situation for Ronaldo, whether he would want to stay, whether they would try and cash in, because you know what the Glazers are like. I'm just saying, you know, listen, the Glazers, you know what Glazers are like. If Real Madrid came with a cheeky offer, I'm just saying. But listen, Ronaldo stays until the end of his contract as far as I'm concerned. He's got to stay. I'm sure he'll adapt well to a Ragnick system. I don't see all this negativity around, can Ronaldo do it up there? He actually had decent chances and opportunities today in the sense that he got in a couple of really good positions where he could have pulled the trigger and unleashed some sort of a shot. He was quite out of the game other than that, but he had a few moments. If he takes those chances in that system, we all say, oh yeah, it works and it's brilliant. But he doesn't. He sort of dawdled on it. He sort of got caught in two minds a lot of the time and wasn't really at the races for him. So, but if he just capped off one of those chances, then it would be another brace for Ronaldo. We'd all be saying, what a performance, what a man. But yeah, he just looked a little bit out of it for most of the game, but he did get that penalty. Gotta love Cristiano. But I think he can do it in Ragnick's system anyway, is what I'm saying here. Right, before I get on to the next topic, actually, let me just jump into the live chat for a minute. Get yourself involved. There's 100 of you in here. Smash the like. Let's get this to 100 likes on the stream. Hit the thumbs up. And get yourself in here with your thoughts and opinions on what we've just been discussing there before I get on to the next thing. So Stefan says, Ronnie FC. I'd say Max Aaron's FC today, mate, because he gave us the penalty for free. Or maybe David De Gea FC. It's probably De Gea FC this season. If we're being honest, who's had the biggest contribution to our team this season? It's De Gea. It's De Gea FC. It's not even Ronnie FC anymore because he's not doing that great in terms of, like, by his standards. It's looking De Gea FC. He's stopping 3 goals a game. Jaden Peter Karamalis, how are you guys doing tonight? Comments. I could see that happening if we don't qualify for Champions League. Well, if we don't qualify for Champions League, Real Madrid, you know, would understandably be interested in Ronaldo still. I'm sure because just of the history and also the quality that he still has. Yeah, you know, I could see that for a season maybe happening, but that's only if that happens. And that's a big if. And that's if he's not being successful in any other way at United, because I'm sure if he's won the league or he's won an FA Cup or something, and we're actually up there challenging, he'll be sort of content. But he does want to add trophies to his career here before he retires. You have to understand that that's true also. Like, he's not come here. He said he's not come here for a holiday. He's not come here for a vacation. He's come here to win trophies and add to his accolades. That's what Ronaldo's all about, add to his legacy. So, yeah, you know, as much as he's got this love and loyalty for United, that's why he came back here amidst these links to City and stuff. He's also left us before, and he's also gone to other places. So we also have to make sure that we're doing right by Ronaldo. I think we realise as fans we've got the greatest player in the world here. Now, maybe he's just winding down on his career, but he's still a formidable talent, and we're lucky to have him. And I think we all realise it's early days. It's actually harsh to judge Ronaldo so much in a game like today too, because the team performance behind him just wasn't quite there. Like, yes, he's got his roles to do. Yes, he's giving it away himself sometimes. Yes, he's trying to find his way and adapt. But a lot of the other players, people like, you know, Bruno have not turned up really today. His passing was just terrible today. I think he had the most wayward passes out of any of the players on the pitch. It was truly shocking. Rashford was much the same. You know, it's not like he had gems of opportunities and loads of opportunities. He still didn't get really given that much service today. So Ronaldo, yeah, he's going to do a little bit better, look a bit sharper, but he's the GOAT, man. I would like to see Koundé replace Slabby Maguire as playmaker. Me too, my friend. I would as well. I'd like to see a plastic bollard replace Slabby Maguire, my friend. No, fair enough, though. Koundé would be a decent shout. Can Ronaldo do it still? Well, anybody open eyes, he is still doing it. Exactly, Dinky Man. You're so right. Like, why the hell do people question it when he's still, I think that's his 7th or 8th league goal now. Bear in mind, he started here and got here a lot later than most of the other people in the Prem. Fuminade Jameson says thoughts on Mino Raiola. He's an absolute pie-fingering mess, this man. That's my thoughts on him, Fuminade. I can't stand the guy. Honestly, he is a vermin to this game of football that we love, because he just sucks all this money out of the game. He ill-advises people. He advises people just based solely on the mighty buck. Doesn't really care about anything else, I don't think. It's like, oh, where can we get the most money? Well, let's go there then. Oh, can we get more money by leaving and moving and changing every few years? Yes, Latan, let's party. Let's get you some cash, baby, and in turn, make me shitloads of cash. So I'm not so sure if it's the best, if he's the best agent. It depends what you want. I personally think if you have that guy as your agent, you're more interested in making money than accolades or history or loyalty or anything like that. I think, yeah, he's just a parasite of the game. Strong words, but that's my opinion. And certainly the things that he says about Manchester United, like recently, calling us in, we're not a top club and all this business, then you know what? You know, he's talking about Erling Haaland going to Barca, Real, these sorts of clubs. Barcelona in the Europa League, Mino Raiola, you tit. And also, you know, United is a massive club with tradition. We just signed Cristiano Ronaldo, for fuck's sake. You're saying we can't sign Erling Haaland? Piss off. So, yeah, I just don't like the guy. Stefan says Ronnie is still doing it, to be fair, and at his age, says Stefan. Fingers pie, says Playmaker. Basically, you can't stand Mino, says Rebel to me. Me too. What a scumbag. Hacking Gaming says, will we win versus Brentford? Yes, we will, mate. We'll see. It's going to be a tough one, isn't it? I would have said yes, but going into it, you know, Brentford are no mugs. I know they've just come up, but they're tenacious. And also, Manchester United not looking good. We've just played Norwich. It's a poor result. Good result, I should say. Poor performance. And, you know, very dangerous game in the end. And we didn't look too good. And they're the worst team in the league. So nobody really is easy right now. Any team we come up against is going to be difficult for United to beat, just because of confidence, just because of finding our feet, changing things. I would love to say, yeah, we'll go and smash them up 5-0, but I said that about the Norwich game. I honestly thought it would be like the Crystal Palace game, where we're high up pressing, getting right at them, putting them under the cosh, basically, for most of the game and sort of controlling the game. That's what I thought, but it wasn't like that at all. It was an end-to-end even game of football, really. And so, yeah, so I thought it would be a drubbing, 5-0. It wasn't. In the end, it was 1-0, and we did that by the skin of our teeth. De Gea made 3 quality saves. One of those could have easily not been saved, and then it's a draw. So I think that any game is tough right now. Ragnick, I hope, makes the necessary changes. My personal opinion would be to, I would change the selection just a little bit. I would drop Maguire. I don't think he's good enough. I think there was 2 incidents today. I'm not saying he was terrible. He was okay all round. But there's 2 incidents today where I just thought, yeah, you are not class. You're not top class at all. So I just would like to see him dropped. I'd also like to see McTominay dropped as well, even though, you know, he wasn't exactly terrible today. But I just think based on recent form, he's he doesn't really deserve to be starting. And then also Rashford's been poor. He needs a bit of a reality check. He could do with a drop in games and put Greenwood in there. So just little tweaks. I hope he does do the adjustments that should be made. I mean, he's supposed to be the sort of guy that is going to be a bit more ruthless with who he plays, maybe playing people based on form, based on how they do in training as well, but based on what they're actually doing, not just based on who he likes, based on their reputations, based on how big their contract is. I hope it's nothing to do with that. I was a little bit surprised with his selection today. I was a little bit disappointed with it, if I'm totally honest. Don't want to be negative, you know, we won the game, but it was kind of like, well, he could have done something a bit more different. It was only Gunner-esque in terms of the selection with the back line and the midfield and stuff, which is, you know, fine if you've put it off and you look good, but we didn't really. And in the end, De Gea saved us. Donny for Matic for forward passes and Greenwood for Rashford. A joke that Sancho got substituted. Should have been Rashford. Oh, yeah, debunked. So that's a good point as well. Like, bit of strange judgment that, yes, Sancho was tired, but so was Rashford. So, and Rashford was performing the worst out of the two of them. So I've got to be honest, I think you're probably right there. That was strange. Rushy says Mino Raiola is hoping to coin 55 million euros for the transfer of Haaland. What an absolute sick twat. Honestly, and it wants to make 55 million for what, bro? For being a middleman, for being a connector man. You are a knob. Football agents should not be allowed to make that much money, because what I don't like about the whole football agent thing is that if an agent like Raiola makes 25 million in a deal, that money goes into Riola's pocket and he doesn't go into the game of football anymore. It's not like when a player moves between two teams and, or even goes to a player. I like it. The players playing the game, they're earning their living, they're playing the sport. Riola's just sitting in the background and he's making all that money, and that money's going directly out of the game of football. So all those teams that swap money by transferring players, that's fine. But a lot of this money's being sucked out of the game by these football agents. Adam Salah says, what's the latest news? Just tuned in. We're just getting into it, my friend. Well, the transfer news, you might have to jump on at the start of the vid again when we finished and see a bit of an update. But so let's get back into the news then. So there is an article. There's a few articles going around like this one on here on MEN that Rashford is on the radar of a few different clubs such as Barcelona. I don't think Rashford's going anywhere. None of us want to see him go, really. Even if he's been in poor form, he's still too good, too young, has too much potential to let go. So there's no way Rashford goes. I think out of all the players that we're looking at to go, Tony Martial in that area has to go. Tony Martial has to go. Also, Jesse Lingard is the other player that will probably be going in January. He can do one as well, to be fair. He's never really lived up to it. He's been okay as a squad player. Maybe he could still be okay as a squad player, but we can cash in. We can get him off our books. We can use that money better in other positions of the team. And I think Ragnick needs to be a little bit more ruthless than the previous manager with some of these, academy players and stuff. I mean, I understand it, but you also have to just say he's not good enough, even though he is Manchester United through and through. He's literally come through, and that's important. He's on over 100,000 a week. He doesn't add that much to the squad, and it's time to go, really. And there's other teams that are interested in him, and you might even be able to squeeze a little bit of cash, extra cash out of him in January than you ordinarily would be able to, just because there's two teams that are interested, West Ham and Newcastle, at least two teams. So you might get a little bit of a bidding war here. Plus, Newcastle have got bags of money, so there's a definite possibility that you could do well by selling Jesse Lingard in Jan. So that's going to happen. Jesse Lingard, keep or sell. Playmaker says Lingard, beans. Meow. Hey, no, to be fair, listen, I like Jesse. He's not a bad dude. He's a nice guy. He's fun. He's a fun guy. But he's, time to go, mate. He's definitely not good enough for United, just like a few of the other players. Let's be real for a second here, guys. You know what? People like the Cape Cadet, people like Jonathan Gallagher, they've been saying a big thing recently. And they've been saying things like this. They've been talking about, they're saying, nothing much is going to change, at least for a while, with a new manager coming in, because the players are not good enough. The players are not good enough. And I'm having to come round to the fact that just even though we've built to the squad, add to the squad, and we spent a lot of money, still, maybe that's true. Still, maybe that is fucking true, that this squad of players is just not good enough. When you look at our midfield, any of them, take any combination of players you want. Mr. Pogba, even when he's fit, when he's totally inconsistent, select him too. Matic, Matic, Van der Beek, McTominay, Fred, any of them, right? Compare them with any of the top midfields in the league. I mean, they're worse than all of them. It is kind of like it's a mid-table-ish type midfield. It's really not a very impressive midfield. You look at the centre-back pairing. If it's Lindelof and Maguire, fair enough. Varane, if he's fit, he's not fit right now. If it's Lindelof and Maguire, it's not as good as some of the other top centre-back pairings in, the top four. It's just not. So, so there's definitely big problem areas in the team still. And even though, yes, we've spent a load of money and we've had a lot of time and we have invested in these players, I think there's something to that. A lot of these players just are not good enough and they don't actually perform to the level that we need them to. I think that's just fair. So let's be honest now, people like Slabs Maguire, he's stealing a living at United because he's playing like a Leicester City player, but this is Manchester United. In fact, he's playing like a fucking Hull City player, that man. But this is Manchester United, and it's not. We don't accept that level of dross here. You know what I mean? We don't accept that level of dross. So, not good enough. Scott McTominay, yeah, he's decent, isn't he? Had a good game today. 88% passing success. Oh, yeah, nice, yeah. He's done nothing for 3 years. I've watched this guy. He's done nothing for 3 years, really. Oh, he scored a screamer against City that time when we beat them 2-0, actually. That was good. Other than that, he scored a few goals, 7 last year, but such a non-entity at Manchester United, isn't he? McTominay, he is. And then also, Fred, as much as I like his recent form, he can't pass to save his life, this guy. So, it's like we haven't got a good choice of selection right there. Still, we need to sell Martial. We need to sell Lingard. Hell, we even need to try and sell some other players this window. Generate the cash, buy the midfielders. We need 2 midfielders. Never mind 1. Because Pogba's not the man to do the job for us even when he's fit. And he's probably going to go into the window anyway for a big cash move to PSG. So don't put any faith in Paul Pogba between now and the end of the season. What's the point? We've not had any good stuff out of Paul for 5 years. What makes us think that it's going to change between now and then? I'd rather see us sign someone, chuck them in there, give them the mantle in midfield. Give them the mantle to take us forward. Come on a second. Let's be real now. This is Manchester United. We should be thriving, striving to have the best midfield in the world. Why not? Man, Giggs, Beckham, Scholes, Keane. Fuck me, that was a world-class midfield. World-class? This is championship standard. So there's definitely problems with the midfield. Problems with the midfield. I'm not sugarcoating it, guys. I'm not sugarcoating it. This is not a good enough team, is it? Not a good enough team. And if everybody's not bang on form, you can get found out. Like, Bruno was away with the fairies today. He's usually a dependable player, but this season so far, very mixed, very poor, very average. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just venting here, guys. I'm just venting. But yeah, I would love to see a much better standard of player at Manchester United in January, in the midfield. The midfield. I think this game today again, it just shows us that we're not as good as we think we are. The squad isn't as good as we think it is. Because if it was, even though it's Ragnick's early management career here at United, he's not had long. If it was, the players alone would be able to perform a lot better than that because we've got some ballers on the pitch on paper, but in reality, they don't live up to it. Anyway, let's get into live chat, see what you guys think about that. Hey, we got 57 likes. Rushmano says, we can do better than that. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Hey, everyone, do us a massive favour if you're enjoying the show. Smash the like on the video. Let's see if we can get this to 100 likes. Hit the thumbs up button. There's 146 new legends in here, I think. Smash the like. Hit that subscribe. Get yourself involved in the chat with us. And have your say. It's a community vibe here. Everybody's allowed to have their say. We do have a Q&A at the end of the stream also, but we will get in and out the comments as we go along. Yeah, Fumalele Jameson, now you're talking, lad. He says, I hope Hydera and Frankie join in Jan. Martial, cheeky little swap deal with De Jong to Barcelona. See you later on, Tony. Bye-bye. De Jong comes in, bosses our midfield. Sounds good to me. How's about we generate a little bit more cash? Bye-bye, Jesse Lingard. See you later on, sunshine. Hey, Donny van der Beek. People interested in you. Ajax, you want him back? Just what you paid for him? Fine. Bye-bye. Ruthless. Do you know what I'm saying? But then go and buy another player. You know what I mean? Surely it's possible. Surely there's teams that would be interested in some of these players I mentioned. I'm not suggesting Donny doesn't deserve more of a chance, but I think this is why I wanted Ragnick to play Donny today instead of McTominay, because I want us to assess Donny van der Beek between now and the end of this month. I want him to have games. I want him to have starts. I want us to actually give him a fair chance in the side. Give him a run. Because we haven't done that, and it's unacceptable, really. We still haven't done that. He's on the bench today again, gets 5 minutes at the end. Pisses me off. I want to see him start. He was poor against young boys, so I understand it. But still, you can't judge somebody on one game where they make an error. You've got to give him another chance. You've got to give him several chances. He needs a little run in the side to try and get some sort of bedding in, some chemistry, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Then we'll know by the end of December, with the games that we've got between now and then, whether or not he's good enough to be United's midfielder or not. And if he's not, then sell him. Sell him. Get the money for him. Get him off our books. We don't need another bang average midfielder. Get somebody else. But if he is good enough, then great. We don't have to buy a new midfielder. But at this moment in time, we still don't bloody know. I can't believe it. We've had this guy nearly 18 months. We still don't know if he's good enough. because we haven't seen enough of him. He hasn't had a fair enough crack. So there you go. People might say he's not good enough. Just look at that game the other day. Well, even Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT of all time, has stinkers sometimes. It does happen. So you can't judge it on one game. Yeah, Fu Malene says, no, not Donny. He still has to play with De Jong. That's a great point as well, that Dutch connection. Maybe they could work well together. That's what I'm saying as well, you know. Ruthless, then by another, says Stefan. Is De Jong linked with us? He is linked with us. Absolutely, Sam Gaming. So this is the situation at Barcelona, everyone. So they are strapped for cash. They're in the red. And or in the black. What's the expression? In the red. Anyway, and they need some money. Now, Frankie de Jong, they signed for 65 million just a short while ago. They also have a lot of other players who are on big, big money, and currently they're sat in the Europa League. They've got players like Ousmane Dembele, injury prone, on a couple 100,000 a week. They've got, you know, who else is there? Coutinho still knocking around the gaff on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, not doing much. Who else you got? You know, they've got loads of big money players that they need to cash in and get rid of and sack off somewhere, because right now they're having financial problems. And de Jong is an asset that they might not want to sell, but because they sort of know that his value is still there, his age, is what they paid for him, his status, they can get 70 million for him, 60 million for him. But they also have problems in the striker department. They've got injuries, and they also had that business with Sergio Aguero and somebody else. Depay's just got injured. As somebody else problem with, right? I can't remember now. But anyway, the point is, oh shit, they lost Messi in the summer and all that, didn't they? Yeah. So listen, so they've had some issues at the top there. What they want to do is sell a couple of their players and redistribute that throughout the squad with, you know, slightly cheaper players, but still good standard players for Barcelona, obviously. But just redistribute it throughout the squad and cash in and get a bit of cash in the bank also. So, you know, I'm just saying, if United went in with a serious offer for de Jong and said, hey, we will give you Tony Martial, because Tony would love to go and play for Barca. And I could see him doing reasonably well there. Tony would love that. So if you could put him in there with an offer of £30 million, we'll give you £30 million plus Tony Martial for Frankie de Jong, then all of a sudden you might have yourself a deal. And then you've got yourself a really quality midfielder, which United are crying out for, that hopefully would be able to improve us just in a couple of weeks' time in January. That's the biggest problem here. I think if you get that sorted, if we did get two really quality midfielders in there and just got that sorted to the standard that it should be, i.e. a 5-star world-class midfield, because that's what I think the standard should be at Manchester United, then I think the rest of the team would benefit from it massively. I think the defence could be good enough with people like Bailly and Varane. I think the strike force is definitely good enough with Cavani and Ronaldo and Greenwood and Rashi and Diallo and all the wingers and all the rest of it we've got. So really it's just a case of sorting that shit midfield out. Nkunku from RB Leipzig would be incredible as player. Yeah, fair play to my son. That's a decent shout. There's a good few different players from Leipzig that are linked to United because of the Ralf Ragnick links. People like or even players who've played for RB Leipzig, loads of players, Mukele, lots of different players as well. Haidara, this is what Playmaker says. He says so for midfield here, Playmaker, Haidara, Frankie de Jong, Nkunku, Kessie would be a great shout. McGinn is linked to us heavily, guys. That link's not going away. There's lots and lots of links with John McGinn in our midfield. We're seeing it a lot. I mean, he's a decent player, to be fair. Good player. Elmas, Paredes, Tchouaméni would be opinions to consider. Yes, absolutely. Tchouaméni is another decent young shout. Jude Bellingham, if we're talking about ones for the future. I'd be quite happy to see us go and do a deal with Jude Bellingham with Tony Martial. Dortmund would be getting themselves a good player. Tony would still be in a good standard, Champions Leagues to compete in, etc. With a good team in Germany. They usually finish second or third, whatever. Good team in Germany. Maybe he'd be interested in that, and then you can get someone like Jude Bellingham, or there's definitely somebody we can go and get in this window. In January, it's possible. Usually United don't do much business in January. Name some great January United signings, everyone. So we did sign Juan Mata in January. We did sign Vidic in January. Who else did we sign in January? Let me know. Who do you think the best January signing is that Manchester United ever had? I guess Vidic, you can't really get better than that. Did Evra come in January? I feel like maybe Evra came in January, guys. Did he? Anyway, I digress. We're getting away from the point. But Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes, of course. Bruno Fernandes, yeah, of course. Bruno Fernandes is a great one. Andy Cole says, AR Mad. Oh, get in from Newcastle United. Love it. Zaha says, Matty Blue Eyes. Bruno, Andy Cole. Yeah, so we've had some good ones. Who's to say we couldn't just go and sign like a De Jong and get him in this January window and it just changes and transforms our season and makes us looking amazing again? You know, we're not that far away. I know we keep saying this. We sound like fucking Arsenal here. They're always just one or two players away, you know, all that's true. But I feel like that kind of is true at the moment. If we just had two solid midfielders, proper solid midfielders, quality midfielders, basically if we just had Leicester City's midfield, as in if we had Ndidi and Tielemans, I feel like we would be good. I feel like we'd be really good. I feel like that's a big problem area for us. Because, yeah, they might be able to run around and press and all of the rest of it. But are they technically good enough to be a top-tier team and do all the rest of it that we need them to do, i.e. create? I see Scott McTominay today getting forward a lot. He did get forward a bit, yeah. He passed it around sideways a lot, but he did get forward a bit. And but anytime he gets in a killer area, he just doesn't shoot properly. He just shoots at the opposition. He's got to use a little bit more nous. He's got to realise, hey, let's switch it out to the right. Let's pass it. Let's back in it to my teammate. Let's shield it and find a pass. Or let's get half a yard and actually shoot on goal. But he can't do it. I want somebody that can just get in that position, a proper goal-scoring midfielder, just bing one in there. McTominay's not that guy. Fred's not that guy. They're not going to do that. And it's not about scoring goals from a defensive point of view, but you would like your midfielders to be more technically gifted. Passing-wise, I want to see more. McTominay's passing was not bad today. Your boy Adam, what's going on? Arsenal Man United fan Shazad Ahmed, what's going on? Igalo, Fellaini says Rushmano, Everett and Vidic. Yeah, Everett and Vidic. What a couple of great January signings. Exactly. So it is possible. It doesn't happen regularly, but it is possible United go and get what we need in this Jan window, especially now if Ralph Ragnick's in, because he is overseeing things at United beyond this 6 months spell. Now, we don't know exactly the right capacity of what he's going to be doing, but you would think that because of that and because of the terms that he wanted coming into this team, i.e. having a little bit more creative control than ordinary, those are some of the terms that I understood that he required basically to have a bit more control and to have a role beyond just being a coach at the club. He could probably have the decision that he's going to sell Martial in January, use that money to go and buy a midfielder. I think Ragnick's got that freedom, whereas I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had that freedom. I think he would have to go and ask Edward, or he'd have to go and ask, Judge, or he'd have to go and ask somebody and it'd have to go all the way up the line. Whereas now I think Ragnick's just got a little bit more creative control, just a little bit more. So I think, of course, he's still got to go and make sure the finances all add up and he's got to do all that process. But essentially, if he wants to sell Martial and he wants to get in a midfielder, then that's up to Ralph Rangnick, I think. So yeah, I think it's positive for us because he is this big character. He has come here. He's got a particular set of skills. He's come here, demanding certain things. And so I think they'll give him to a degree. But then again, on the other side of things, he's only here for 6 months. So how much money are they going to let him have? But they'll probably let him have the money that he can generate in January. That's my thinking. So see you later, Martial. See you later, Lingard. And hello, Jude Bellingham. And hello, Kessie or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Or somebody else. Hydera needs to be our number one target in January. Great shout as well, Shazad Ahmed. Yeah, he looks like a great talent. Young, very impressive so far. Box to box, can also sit and hold. Definitely a decent option for us, I think he is great option. I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him play that many times. I know he scored against us, was it last season or the season before? He's definitely a decent prospect, and he's only 23 and statistically very impressive over there. And he's quick, he's a Ragnick player, isn't he? He's a Ragnick player. Am I doing a FIFA stream tonight? Yes, I am doing a FIFA stream tonight, TJS lad. I will be doing one at midnight. You love this channel because you are one of the few YouTubers who try their best to read all the comments. Love. I do try my best. What I would say is it's getting harder now. We're almost at 50k subscribers. Come on. We're nearly there. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. But it's getting a little bit harder, but I try my best. Zaid Miyasi. Oh my goodness me. He says, Jude Bellingham wants to come to London when Zidane joins us. I mean, is that even the real Zayn? I feel like even the real Zayn wouldn't say anything that deluded. I feel like this is a comment. Is this a budget Zayn? Hang on. Have we got a budget Zayn Miassi in here? I feel like this is a budget Zayn. Do you know what I mean? This isn't the real Zayn. This is budget Zayn. Even Zayn Miassi's not that fucking deluded. Is he? Anyway, S-Fan B says, never reads my comments, and I'm the inky one making sense. Sorry, S-Fan B, and that's not true. I've read a bunch of your comments out before, but it's difficult sometimes, and there you go, just made another one there. Chrissy J says, hey, Dara will be playing in AFCON, so will he really be a Jan target? That's a good point. Depends what sort of the dates line up, doesn't it? If there's any time for that to happen. Guys, we've got 65 likes on the stream. Let's see if we can get this to 100. Smash the thumbs up if you're getting in here. Give it a share as well on social media, see if we can get a few more peeps in. And tell your granny about it and all that stuff. We're trying to get this channel to 50k subs by the end of the year. Also, help us boost up on the algorithm by giving it a like. That does help us out on the channel. Connor, I'm doing well, mate. Thanks for asking. LOL says Poundland Miassi. This is Zayn off his tits, says Rushmano. Yeah, well, there you go. He's got the cigars out, he's got the strippers out, and he's definitely not feeling himself. Ray UK says, Pig, did you hear what Dean Smith said? He said he felt Man United players referee the game. I hope Dean Smith gets punished for the FA for his comments. Wow, did he? That's bullshit, isn't it? That is actually bullshit. Arsenal Manic says, none of your players can make our squad. Prove me wrong. Name one player. Cristiano Ronaldo. Edinson Cavani would make your squad. He would make your first team, and he's not even in our first team. He's our B team. So I've just done you there. Zayn Miassi, thank you so much for getting in here with a cheeky little $8.99 super chat. What a don. It says, thank you. Budget Zayn Miassi, I appreciate that one, man. Thank you so much. Let's get a hashtag Budget Zayn in there. Fucking love it. Budget Zayn, thank you so much. Absolute legend, mate. Come on, let's go. Sue for Zayn there, man. Really appreciate that one. Right then, guys. So we've got a few more bits to get into very quickly. So Ragnick on Pogba. This is what Ragnick said about Pogba. Obviously, we've seen some updates here. So we've got this. In regards to, this is from Romano earlier on this morning, which just said that United's contract situation extension proposal for Paul Pogba is on the table since last July. The proposal is still valid. No decision yet. Man United, massive club. I don't think that anyone in the club would ever need convincing to stay here, is the clear message from Ragnick. And Ragnick's comments, obviously, yesterday, he said, I wouldn't say he's not worth keeping, but of course, players have to want to play and stay for a club, and a big club like Man United. I don't think anyone in the club should try to convince a player to stay. But on the other hand, let's wait and see. So, Ragnick taking no shit on the Pogba situation right here. We'll have to wait and see. He's right. If a player wants to be lucky enough to play for Manchester United, wants to play for us, that's one thing. If they don't want to play for us, if they want to follow the money or they want to go play somewhere else, then we don't want them here. So, I think that's the right approach to take. Nobody's bigger than this club. Certainly not Paul Pogba, who's not exactly been the greatest of players for us over the last 5 years. He might be a great player, but he's not been the greatest players for us over the last 5 years. And you look at that and you think, yeah, Ragnick's taking no shit there. He's taking no shit. But the Pogba situation is still the same, which is, there's a contract extension on the table. I guess it's not the highest, otherwise they'd have accepted it a long time, or they're just playing the field. Obviously, they're going to be speaking to people in January. It's convenient that Paul Pogba's injury takes him to February. That's the expected time that Paul Pogba will be fit to play again. So just when the January transfer window is closed, because then I guess there's an opportunity for, someone to maybe come in for him then. But realistically, that's the time, that's the month when he can sign pre-contract terms with another club and then join them in the summer. So Paul Pogba is probably going out the door, isn't he? Probably going out the door. And I really don't like his agent's recent comments, what he said about Man United being a small club and we haven't won anything, haven't won the championships and all these things. In the sense of actually winning things, he's correct, but it's not correct in the sense that, Manchester United is still a massive top club. And we could sign anybody, really, if we put our minds to it. Just like we signed Ronaldo, got Ronaldo back. Just like we signed Cavani. There's a lot of great players that signed United over the years, and we haven't had even Champions League football. So, it's definitely... Gungshi says, good, glad Ragnick isn't going to try to beg him to stay. He has to want it. Exactly. I agree with you entirely, Gungshi, mate. Exactly. He has to want it. So Ragnick taking no shit. If Pogba wants to be a Manchester United player, I'm sure he can work out a deal. If he doesn't want to be too greedy, if him and his agent, I should say, because he is being advised by his agent, and his agent we know is a very greedy agent, then, if they're not too greedy, then maybe we can still keep Paul Pogba. It depends. I don't even really want to keep him because of how he's performed and sort of what he does for the squad. He's not as hard-working as some of the other players. But if Ragnick decides that he wants to give him a chance when he's back fit and he plays well in this new system at the time, then I'm sure everybody will forget about it and probably want to have him again. But the chances of that happening are very small. Pogba has been indulged, says Stefan. Zane Payups as playmaker. Gungshi says, we can sign anyone, even Slabby Maguire, for 80 million. P.S. Fuck Raiola. 80 million we paid for that guy. It's ridiculous. Great site, mate. Well done. Thank you, Dinky, man. Appreciate that, bro. PayPal works, Dinky, says Rushmano. Thank you, Rushmano. Appreciate that, man. Eddie Trooper says Pogba needs to do one. Yeah, let's go. Pogba out or Pogba in? We ask this all the time. It's an interesting topic. Get rid of him, says Matata United. Arsenal Manic, not anymore. Chelsea are ahead of you now. Once Pogba leaves, we don't want another Mino Raiola client. I said that earlier. I totally agree with you, Rushmano. That's it. People like Erling Haaland. Well, Erling Haaland can go and sign for somebody else then, as far as I'm concerned. He can go and sign for Real Madrid or Barcelona or City even. Go and sign for City. That's fucking fine. Because it means we don't have to deal with that Raiola prat. And there's definitely better agents out there, better, other great footballers that we can sign. We don't have to deal with vermin. I totally agree with you. Just as a principle, Manchester United should not deal with that guy anymore after what he said about us. D. Buckton says, still never understood why Ollie chose to prioritise signing a right wing in Sancho instead of a quality midfielder, especially when you look at the lack of midfield options and too many. Yeah, I don't get that either, mate. It's a bad assessment of our midfield. Yes, I would have put the money into that midfield area as well, especially with Greenwood looking decent in that department and Diallo there signed as well. Zayn Miyasi, thank you for getting in again. He says, Pig, who ate more pies, Luke Shaw or Mino Raiola? It's got to be Mino Raiola. He fingers a lot of pies, and when he's doing that, he licks his fingers clean, and because he's fingering so many different pies, he's getting a lot of calories made from those pies. Luke Shaw just has the old occasional Fray Bentos pie that he's hid under his pillow at night, and he goes and does it very quietly, and he just has a nighttime feast of a Fray Bentos. That's occasional. No, but Riola's daily pie fingering, my friend. You want Vlahovic to replace Cavani in the summer, says Shazad Ahmed. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, he seems like a decent player. Shazad seems like a good player. Obra's worth £4 and a packet of crisps, says Fergie's son. And Rushmano says, if City get Haaland, I bet we are back in for Kane. Oh, no, yeah. Now, that's the only thing we don't really want. We want to go for somebody, who's Kylian Mbappe's agent? it's probably that fucking twat as well, is it? He's got his grubby little fingers in so many grubby little pies around the world. Bloody hell. But, imagine if we signed Kylian Mbappe, that would be sensational. But yeah, I don't really want Kane either. He's not a bad option. He's proven in the Prem, but he's getting on a bit now. He's not that old. He's only 28 or something. He's getting on a bit though. But he's still got good goals left in him. Batman Night Fan says, see you later. Thank you very much, Batman Night Fan. Yes, see you in a bit, my friend. Nice first goal by the Gooner, says Stefan Harringtonio. Oh, fair play. Yeah, fair play, man. Yeah, well, come on. Arsenal had a good game today. All of the teams that were supposed to win did. Arsenal obviously won 3-0, wasn't it, in the end? And they had a decent game. Yeah, fair enough. They're supposed to beat Southampton. Southampton they're playing, wasn't it? They're supposed to beat Southampton, mate, at home. Old Glass Ankle says, Washmano, FIFA video tonight, says Magnus. Yes, indeed, mate. We're going to be back on here a bit later. It's going to be a late one now. I'm just non-stop working flat out on the channel, guys, grinding away, trying to get to that 50k by the end of the year. Help me out. If you're new, if you're sat there in your pants, you've stumbled across you're like, what the fuck, who the fuck is this guy? Hit that thumbs up button and smash the subscribe. It helps us out. And we're going to get there before we, before the end of the year, if it costs me. No, I'm just joking. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it happens. If not, it doesn't matter. We have a big summer ahead. Many players need to be replaced. Mata, Matic, Cavani, Pogba, Martial for starters, says Jarvis Cocker. Great shout. Yes, the old boys like Mata and Matic, they can go in the summer. Absolutely, I agree with you. Cavani, yeah, he's going to be going as well. Pogba, yeah, go to PSG, mate. See you later on. Have your payday. And Martial and Lingard as well. We'll sell those guys beforehand, probably in Jan. Thank you, Jaden Peter. Appreciate that. Only Saab, you're a Man United fan. Nice one, Sam Gaming. Arteta in, says Roshmano. Martial needs to be sold, says Matt. You don't have to be a United fan to subscribe to this channel, by the way, Sam. Anybody can subscribe to this. Like legendary Leon, he might be a Man United fan, but he also might be a City scummer or something. But as long as he's respectful and likes to get in with his opinion and respects other people's opinion, that's fine. Jarvis is spot on. Let's see what Jarvis said. Jarvis Cocker, what's going on, lad? He says, we have a big summer ahead. Many players need to be replaced. Oh, I read that, didn't I? Yes, I totally agree with you. You're spot on, Jarvis. Thank you, Legendary Leon, for subscribing. Zane says, Arteta out by Kane, so Spurs go down. But you need a translator for him. Yeah, obviously, when they say Kane, they're just like going to play football now. So they're playing for Spurs, they're going to play for Man United. We should go for Adeyemi from Salzburg, who is his agent, says Fimileni. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thoughts on Rangnick saying we controlled the game? What? It didn't say that, did he? You what? What do you think of the United stand? I think it's classist, D. Buckton. I personally don't. I personally think it's a clickbait melt zone full of charlatans. But everybody's got their own opinions. Shazza says, I agree with Fimileni, but Dortmund want to sign him, says Shazad Ahmed. Thank you, John Anderson. Appreciate that, my man. Palmarius, how you been, my friend? He says, shit's going to hit the fan soon. Ralph might end up signing around 6 players in the summer. Wow. We'll have to see about that one. I mean, I can't see 6 players coming in, but maybe if a lot of players go out between now and then, maybe I could see that happening. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope there is a bit of an exodus at United in the summer with players going, as well as in Jan. You know, I want to see a bunch of players coming in the window too, in the summer window. Of course, we need to sign some players. I would love us to just take care of our midfield area, really. Just go out there. If we could get somebody in the Jan window, like Haidara or maybe De Jong, if we could get something like that in the Jan window, and then in summer, buy somebody like Jude Bellingham, one for the future as well. But one for now too, I think it would be brilliant. I think it would be absolutely brilliant. So that's what they need to do. Address the midfield and then we'll be good. Any updates on Lindelof, says Magnus? Yes. Let me just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna have a look at this update here from Rushmana. Let's have a look at what this is. So yeah, Tony Martial was a potential target for PSG if Kylian Mbappe had joined Real Madrid. So you know there was a possibility a little while ago in the summer. He was close to joining them actually. If he'd have gone, or if he goes, maybe PSG would be interested in Tony. That's an interesting point. But there's a few clubs interested in Tony. So Barcelona are in 1.4 billion debt, and they must sell to buy. Loans are options for January transfer window as well. Cavani is high on that list. So that is the latest update we've got. Thank you, Rushmano. So yeah, because of the lack of money that they've got, having to sell players, they're in a lot of debt. They're screwed. So they've got to get rid of players. They've also got to try and, get players in the short term as well, and cheaper players as well. So yeah, we might see a bit of a budget Barcelona over the next couple of years, guys. Bit of a Poundland Barca. You know what I'm saying? I missed if you discussed buying Declan Rice. I didn't tonight, Kerry E83 actually, but yeah, I mean, in terms of Declan Rice, I guess there's a possibility there with West Ham, but they want too much money for him. David Moyes has said previously they want 80, 90 million for the guy. Not worth anywhere near that. He is a good player. He's only 22. He's getting much better as well, and he will be better in the future. He's a good signing for anybody, really. But not for that money. It's crazy. Crazy money. Crazy money. And maybe you can do a deal there, though. Like we said, we could see somebody else go in the opposite direction. Jay Lings or someone. Not going to chip much off the price, though, is it, with only a few months left on this contract? All right, Victor Lindelof. Sorry, guys. Oh, yes, let's get into Victor Lindelof. Sorry, yes. So we covered it at the start of the stream, but just to let you guys know what's the latest on Victor, because he is... I was just seeing if there was anything else that's come out. But this is the update on Victor Lindelof after the game. So Ralf Ragnick has revealed Victor Lindelof was struggling to breathe during the game, with the defender being substituted as a precaution. The Sweden captain was replaced on 74 minutes, just before Ronaldo netted our winner after being unable to catch his breath. He was fully checked out by the club's medical staff, and Ragnick says the signs are looking positive so far. He doesn't remember how it happened, the manager told the club media when asked how Lindelof was after the victory. He said, I suppose he had a collision with another player and couldn't breathe. He had problems to breathe and his heart rate was higher than normal, so we had to replace him. We've had him checked and had some examinations done by the doctor, and so far everything seems okay, but he still seems a little bit shocked. Hopefully he'll be fit to play in the game on Tuesday against Brentford. So, yeah, that's the latest update on him. You know, they've been checked over. Everything seems okay so far. Maybe he was just winded. Maybe he was just hitting the chest, you know, and he's just winded him, whatever it may be. But hopefully it's nothing to do with any cardiac issues or any heart problems. Hopefully it's just a case of he got an impact and, you know, he lost his breath and he was just feeling not quite right and everything's okay. So let's hope so, guys. Let's hope so. Let's get some love hearts in there for Victor Lindelof once again, though, because we're not 100% yet. That's just the latest update right there from the club. We also have another update here, which is via Fab Romano, which is via Twitch channel, which says that Jesse Lingard is a target for Newcastle United this January, but nothing yet is agreed. So as we've discussed, Newcastle United, West Ham United, a couple of the clubs that are interested in getting Jesse. So there's another big link as well, you know, for January, looking strong there. I don't know. Where do you think Jesse's going to end up? Let's have a little vote in the chat, everyone. Man United, Newcastle, Everton, or West Ham? What do you think the most likely outcome for Jesse to go to? Newcastle or West Ham? I would say maybe West Ham because he's already been there and they're doing well at the moment. And, you know, Moisey likes him and, you know, he's familiar to him. So, but I don't really know if that's the favourite. Newcastle got the money, don't they? West Ham says Shazad. Shakhtar says Primot. West Ham says Madhouse and Playmakers. Sam Gaiman and Johnny. Fair play. Yeah, West Ham makes a lot of sense because he's already been there. But I would like it if they had a bit of a bidding war. And, you know, we got a couple of the teams bidding to try and boost the price up a little bit. Right then, I'm just going to get into that's basically the latest United news, everyone. I'm going to get into the live chat now. So we're going to have a Q&A for a few minutes. I can't stick around long because I'm supposed to be back on for FIFA in a little bit. Oh shit, many clubs have already approached Manchester United to negotiate a loan for Ahmad in January. Feyenoord have wanted him since last summer. Oh yes, there's an update from Fab yesterday, I believe. So yeah, we did have, Feyenoord obviously interested in Ahmad Diallo. There's a few different clubs that would take him. I don't see what's going on there. You know, let's use him a little bit. Sell Martial, and then surely that'll give a couple more opportunities to somebody like Diallo. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see the need of it. But yeah, maybe Diallo to Feyenoord's another one for January. We forgot about that. Maybe even Donny, depending on what Ragnick wants to do with him and how Donny feels about being at the club. Hey, Flash, thank you very much, Flash, for the $5 super chat, man. He says, the most person I want to leave this January is old Slabby McGabby. Let's get an Easter Island head emoji in there, everyone, for Slabby. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more. Exactly. It's old Slabby Maguire, isn't it? FIFA tonight, Flying Pig fan. Flash, it's the old Slabinator, mate. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Flash. I agree with you. If we could actually get rid of anyone, I would sell him for 40 million to Leicester City. Fergie's son. Yeah. Talking rubbish, Sammy. Actually, what are you on about, mate? Don't put caps in the live chat. You're talking rubbish. Please use PayPal so I can donate, says Dinky Man. It's in the description of the video, Dinky Man, actually, if you really want to. No pressure, but there is a link in the description there. It's the vaccines pig. It's got the better of Lindelof. Hey, well, people are suggesting that could be. I'm not going to get into it, but a lot of people suggesting that could be part of some of the increased heart problems you're seeing from players recently. Not too sure yet, Flying Pig fan, lad. It's going to be late. How are the chat doing tonight? Hey, Jarvis Cockerwood. Good anyway, man. Thanks for asking. Hope you're good. Live life to the fullest potential. Love that. Why is Maguire's name's not Harry the Fridge? I think he should come out with his own brand of fridges. I think they do pretty well. Slabby's Fridges. Yeah, just like Lingard's Beans. Nice one, Dinky Man. Nice one, Stefan, Ryan, Rushmano. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this video up there then. I've just seen it's hit 11:30, so I better finish the stream because otherwise we're not going to get on ever for the FIFA stream. So, yeah, I just wanted to jump on here, give you the evening's news, the latest reaction. Make sure you do hit the like button. Help us out, guys. Smash the thumbs up. Let's get this to 100 likes. Get the thumbs up on it and hit the subscribe if you're new. Follow us up on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Chocolate Salty Balls, how you doing? Says return the slab. I should do Formula One watch along. That would be interesting, Shazad. Yeah, fair enough. Nah, probably not. But, I'm not massively into it these days. I used to watch it quite a bit, but I'm not massively into it these days. Slabby Krulshrank says Lynette Gates, how you doing, Lynette? CCR, Stefan, Flying Pig, Joe Boone, Primot as well. Shazad, I haven't got a new controller at all, Primot, because I got up late and then it was all, trying to get all the United stuff done and I haven't been able to get a new controller, so no. No, I haven't, mate. I haven't. Adam says, give FIFA a rest today. It's late. Saturday night, mate. Saturday night, FIFA night. You know what I mean? Nobody wants there to be no FIFA tonight, does there? It's Saturday night, FIFA night. No, I haven't got a new controller, no. Anyway, thank you, Jade, Adam, Joe, Rushy, Steve Hall, Madhouse, Mark, Harris as well. Get in there. Jay Lingard's beans are organic, I believe, yes. Thank you, Joe Boom Boom. Right, okay, I'm leaving it there. Thanks to all the moderators, Rushmano, Shazad, everybody else as well. Take it easy. Come back after this video is finished. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about who we should sell in Jan. Like, who do you think is the most realistic to go? Who do you think we should sign? Come back and let us know your thoughts. I would love to see a Martial de Jong swap deal or some sort of deal sorted out there between the clubs. So, yeah, that's what I think. But let me come back and let me know what you guys think. Have your say in a bit. Before you go, do drop a like. Do hit the subscribe. Click the little bell icon so you get a notification for when we post and go live. Also, click the link in the description to check out our social media accounts. Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The website is unitedflyinghigh.com, so check that one on as well. Get in there. We won the game today against Norwich. Not a gem of a game by any stretch of the imagination. An absolute shitter. But we got the job done. Ragnick needs to ship out a few of these melter players in January and bring in a few better ones, I think. Thanks, Jarvis. Thanks, Playmaker Joe, Shazad, Adam, Ryan, and everybody else. I really, really appreciate you all getting in here. Much love. Bye, guys. That's it for me tonight then for the United News. But I will be back in a bit with some FIFA Action smashing up fools. Catch you there, guys. Take it easy. And thank you for watching. Wait. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. By the way, do us a favor. Go over to this video. Smash a thumbs up on it. I'm putting it in the live chat. Smash a thumbs up on a comment. That is the goals reaction video, yeah? That's the goals reaction video from earlier. I uploaded it between the streams. It's probably going to die a death because YouTube notifications are shit. So please do us a favor and go over there, smash a like, give it a watch, smash a comment on it, and do that, please. There it is. Also, there you go. Catch you in a bit, peeps. Bye. Oh, wait, that's not even the right link, is it? Shit. I don't think it is. Hang on, let me find you the right link. I don't think that's the one. That's not the one. Shit. Right, there it is, guys. I'll pin it to the top. So please do go and smash a thumbs up on it. Thank you, Gung. She says, already liked it. Thank you, Jarvis. Says, will do, mate. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, go help us out. Give it a watch. Give it a like. All that good stuff. Right, we really are ending this time. Bye, guys. Take it easy. Have a good night. This is the big... Peace. guys.